All right, so the journey has begun. We're not sure how many hours it's truly going to be. We know it's going to be at least 17 from Berlin, Maryland, all the way up to Charlottetown, Shaw's Cottages on PEI, Prince Edward Island. Come on, let's go.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Quiet on the set. All right, quiet on the set.
Pit Boss Nation, what is up? This is the Pit Boss Podcast. I am the host, Jeff Coates. If you already follow along with us and know what we are about, we appreciate your effort in following along with us. If you've just stumbled upon us, just found us, please come along and check this out. Life through my eyes, from my perspective. Thinking of you we are. Come on along with me and let's get this thing started. Woo!
Copy. Check. 1 2 1 2. Huh? Is that good? Does it sound good? Really good? All right. Is that too loud? Can you hear the radio? Okay, good. It's early October and we are headed to PEI, Canada. Yeah. Love, it's a little bit early for me. What do you think?
This is way early.
What's that?
I said it's way early.
Way early. Well, we wanted to leave. Actually, we're just crossing the Maryland state line into Delaware. We wanted to leave at 2 a.m., and I think we actually pull out of the drive at about 1:50. So my plan for Sunday evening was to get in bed around 6 or 7, and that didn't happen, right?
Nope. Football and just still trying to pack.
How about some good pork tenderloin, pork tenderloin.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah, it was good. Man, I don't think what was it, 9 o'clock I got in bed. You were yelling about me to go to sleep. We were in a group text with G off, Jeff with a G, and Judy with a J. And I don't know. I'm guessing at 9:30 or so, I fell asleep. Actually, I think Captain Morgan Black is would help really put me down. No.
Yeah, I think so.
What were you enjoying last night? I really prefer only the best IPAP ice that we can find. Now, just tell everybody. Some people know, but how do you enjoy your bourbon and whiskey, love?
I like mine neat.
Yeah, ever since the documentary, that's the way you've went, right?
I don't know if it was that. I don't know what started it, honestly. I definitely explored bourbons more after we saw that show.
Yeah, no, I just said about I like ice. I do have. Now here I go. I'm going off on a tangent, on a segue. I have some friends tell me, especially when they're David Frisbee. He explained to me. Shout out to Drake Waterfowl and David Frisbee. But in his high mountain in his high mountain adventure, Outback, that's Australia reference, love. So I won't say the Outback. But when he is out at camp doing his big game, his sheep and elk and all the four-legged animals that he pursues, he told me one evening when we had dinner here that that's the way he learned to drink it neat, because they didn't have ice.
Yeah, no, it's either, neat or nothing.
Yeah, so I guess in a pinch, that's what I'd go. And to be honest with you, I guess, I don't know, I really haven't said what we're doing, but I'll get to that in a minute. But the very last day, when we were doing the voiceovers and things at PEI last year, was it Basil Hayden, the green? I can't remember what the green label is.
That was rye.
Okay, yep, rye. Ironically, we picked up rye, the rye dog, at that same time. But I don't know if there's any correlation with the names of the rye whiskey and the little black rye, but what? You laughing?
Yeah, just a coincidence.
I gotta watch what I'm doing here at the same time while I'm driving. Anyway, we drank that bottle neat, didn't we?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was really good.
And I think we did drink the bottle, didn't we?
Oh, definitely.
It was really good. All right, so neat. But enough of that. The Cap Morgan Black got me. I think it helped. That's where I was going with that. It helped.
Nightcap.
Yeah, we'll call that my nightcap. I haven't had Cap Morgan Black in a long time. Matter of fact, I was a little suspect when I opened the bottle. I wasn't quite sure. We got the Black Lab hitch cover on the top of it. It's been sitting there for a while. You know what? Maybe a year. I bet you.
Yeah, probably.
Hey, a little side note here. I hope the audio is good. You got the headphones on, don't you, love?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just kind of talking into the mic, and Karen doesn't have her. So a lot of times I am. Oh, there she's. Oh, that's kind of an odd sound. She just earphoned me up. We're traveling and podcasting at the same time, love. It's Captain Morgan Black. Are you totally unplugged now?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Captain Morgan Black. Yeah, I really haven't had that probably in a year or so. But let me get back on task. I, like I said, 9:30 or so. My alarm was set for midnight. What did I wake up to, love? Some.
I woke up to it. You did not. You were still sleeping.
You hit me, I think, actually.
After about the 10th time it went off.
I think it was Motley Crue, I believe. Yeah. Way back in the day. So, alarm went off 12-ish for me. I thought a shower would do me good. And, I don't think I rolled out of the king-sized bed until probably about 12:20, 12:25. So, 12:30, Karen says. Anyway, I did get up, got my shower. Karen's alarm went off at 1, but she said she didn't really get to sleep. So, we want to get into New Jersey, and then I think I'm going to give her the green light to go ahead and recline and close her eyes for a while. But, man, I ramble so much, but I guess because I just like to talk, don't I?
Mm-hmm. Yes, definitely.
We got some diesel fuel up here, too, sir, first. It says I only got 132 miles to go to we're empty.
How many miles to PEI?
Love, you're the navigator. I don't know.
Well, you're the man of all knowledge.
I thank you. I try to be knowledgeable, but you're the Google girl, not me.
Let's see. Yes.
So she's looking that up. But what the plan is here, we did this last year. We had an awesome time. I say awesome a lot, but we truly did have an awesome time. On the way up, we stopped in Maine. We picked up the little puppy rye, the little puppy gun dog rye, and she's probably wondering why I keep saying her name. She's in the back here with us in the F-350 crew cab. Stopped at Maine, picked her up, and we actually spent the night in Bangor, met up with David Weldon, his wife, and no, we didn't meet up, but Daniel was flying in. So anyways, David Weldon and his wife, and we spent the night in Bangor, and like Ocean City to Bangor is, what did you say, 10 hours? Something like that?
Yes, 10 and a half.
10 and a half hours. And we had this really kind of a wild hair that depends on what time of the day you look at it as far as traffic goes, but if we didn't stop, it's 16 and a half hours or so to get from Ocean City, Maryland to Charlottetown, PEI, Prince Edward Island. I say PEI all the time because I guess I just figure everybody knows, but it's Prince Edward Island, and pretty much it's the furthest east that you can drive in Canada. And but anyway, we're going to attempt to do this in a single driving, and I guess if we can't make it, then we will stop. But our thought process is just we really want to get there. Karen's well, yeah, you do work harder than I do.
I think we both bust our butts.
Well, you do. So Karen is on vacation. I did finish up the decoys that was been on my list for a while. Got the carving trailer back in storage. Got it out of the house. I got the old duck boat in the driveway. The new duck boat, the world's largest duck boat, is still on its way. Terry Rose, of Core Sound Layout Boats. Check them out. An awesome layout boat. He drove up yesterday and delivered that to us. So we got that. And so, yeah, I got to get back on task here. I think Karen works harder than I do. And or she's very much a part of what I do. and has bought in somehow. Love, how have you bought into this?
That takes us back to the very beginning. So.
Well, that's a story for another time. How about yes?
Yes.
Okay, that's a story for another time. But I do have to say publicly that Karen is very supportive, and she does buy into all that I do. She gets it. I say this often. She gets me and understands what I do, and it just makes for a very harmonious relationship. Love, you're my best friend.
Or.
No. What?
And you're mine.
Well, thank you. But I'm being sincere and honest. You make things much easier for me just because we get along so well, and you get and understand, what I do. That said, I just freaking ramble off into all different directions here. Probably need like a note card with an outline. But that would be too staged. That wouldn't be. No, it would not be who I am. But we had a really good time last year. So I guess from Bangor, we drove on over to PEI. We got settled in at Shaw's. Man, just a picture-perfect setting for us. I think we're a little earlier this year, and they're the Canadian Thanksgiving is when?
I think it's Is it Sunday or Monday?
Sunday. I'm thinking it's Monday. But anyway, more of a holiday, so I think that Shaw's is going to be a skosh busier for us. We didn't get our chalet that we had last year. We really wanted. We got on down. I think we're actually more by ourselves. So, Rye's bigger now. She's a year old. The Duker is crazy as ever, and I won't say what Bo is, but anyway, he's still doing it strong. I don't want to offend anybody. So we had a really good time last year. We were kind of on the back side of the leaves, so we should be a little bit on the front side. And for instance, what is it? 69, 70 degrees here. It's humid. It was a humid one when we left. We are enjoying some air conditioning. I got my new Terry Rose course down layup boat hat that I love, but I can't really wear it yet. I'll be sweating. Yeah. Man, it looked like was that a bunch of corn in the road up there? See it? Yeah. We've passed one farm store, Rofo, the Royal Farm Store. They have world famous chicken, and we just passed a Wawa. The Wawa's on the opposite side of the road, so we're gonna catch the one that's a little more convenient for us. I need some coffee. How about you?
Absolutely.
Karen says yes. But yeah, we're ahead calendar wise. We're ahead of what we were last year. Had some really good goose hunts up there. A lot of Canada geese. Jeff had a good hunt the other day with Paulie that I think they shot 19 bands, and a couple hunts before that. I think it was like 15. So Karen has her. Excuse me, love. Has her. Okay, let me repeat that. Karen has her hunter safety, love. Congratulations.
Well, thank you.
Oh, I just lost my earpiece.
I really wanted to partake.
Yeah. So just so you want to aim that thing over here. Just so if people know that you have, like last year we took Ryan, you did shoot a Brant in Virginia. What was that license all about? Because you were legal there.
Apprentice.
What was it?
Apprentice hunting. Some kind of it was through Maryland and Virginia, I think. Yeah.
Reciprocal?
Yes. So yeah, apprentice hunting license. Permit.
But now you're legal in Maryland. You have your hunter safety and you have your PEI hunting license. So now that Karen is a owner of I can't call her a puppy gun dog anyway, or the gun dog puppy. I don't know. I don't know how Rye's going to do with geese. So that is a very big unknown. Ducks. I mean, I can't imagine she's going to have an issue with a duck. What do you think?
No, it'll be easy for her.
Don't jinx us and say it's easy, but what? No, what?
She's going to have fun. She'll enjoy it anyway.
Yes, she will. The goose hunting, I don't know. I don't know what she'll do. I would like to take her one day just to see. I don't want to ruin anyone's hunt, but I would like to take her one time and try, just to see what she does. What's the goose limit is 5 birds, and they have a very liberal duck limit. Well, the duck limit itself is not liberal, but the black duck limit is very liberal, and it's a 6 duck bag limit, and in that 6 duck bag limit, you can have 6 black duck. So we're going to try to do a good black duck. As they would all tell us, Karen, those are the real black ducks.
In Canada?
Yeah, Karen, I'm
still learning.
Yes, you are. That's why I said that, but she doesn't quite understand. Maryland, Virginia, Maryland, Delaware, New Jersey, we have a lot of black duck, but they may not be 100% pure. So all my friends in PEI and in the Maritimes in Canada, they do like to stress that they are the real black duck. So very liberal black duck limit, and I think, like I said, if we shoot a black duck or two, I don't think she's going to be an issue picking black ducks. The geese, I just don't know how she's going to physically pick it up. That's what I'm curious to see. So she retrieved plenty of goose wings up there last year, didn't she?
She did. She had fun, and she did the brand when we went brand hunting, and she was, I think, 6 months then.
Yeah, she was a young dog, and I was a little worried about that could have backfired on us easily. But no, she's just crazy enough that gunfire and everything else didn't really seem to bother her. Probably the biggest thing that bothered her was she had on a huge vest, right?
Yeah, she was swimming in the vest.
So that's probably the worst thing that bothered her with that. So anyway, it's going to be a good trip, regardless. And hopefully we can revisit a giant bluefin tuna. So I want Karen to crank on one, and you need love, even if you can't do it all by yourself. I at least want you to start, and if you need help, obviously you can. I was gonna say you can tag me in.
Yep. No, absolutely. It's sort of, then I really didn't catch it, so I'm going to give it my best shot.
Well, yeah, and definitely. I mean, if I think if you said, "Hey, can you help me?" I think I would ask you, like, is this something you really want me to do, or do you want to try to stick it? I can't. I just can't believe you can't do it. Why can't you do
it? Because I haven't trained.
Trained. We used to kind of an inside joke. We haven't been to a gym in a long time. Hey, I do want to say, I said this the other day. I guess I am patting myself on the back on this one. And truly, I think about it often. I've been, the last 5 weeks, 4.5 weeks, basically Rye wakes, she has a clock in her head that she is wide awake every morning. And if I'm not out of bed by 6 o'clock, she is on me about getting out of bed. So I try to wake up like 5:15, 5:30, get myself together, and Ryan and I go for a walk. So trying to help myself out a little bit, get a little physicalness. She walks. Even though she's on a pinch collar, she does pull me along. So she does enable me to walk at a fairly quick pace. That especially on humid mornings, I actually kind of sweat a good bit. But anyway, we've been walking, and love, I'm not really sure what I'm talking about. What am I talking about?
It was something to do with Rye initially.
Yeah, so man, I think I need to hit rewind and listen to what I've been talking about. I do need some caffeine, and I was getting ready to sign off and say we're stopping at Wawa. Wawa, WAWA, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Delaware, Maryland, Virginia. I think they're in North Carolina, definitely in Florida now, and I think North Carolina. If you have an opportunity to stop at a Wawa, please do so. I think you'll be happily surprised. Yeah, they might not be surprised, but they will go away with a smile on their face. So let me get back to Rye. Walking. What am I talking about? Walking Rye. I don't know. Oh, gyms. Oh, no, but okay, so walking. So while I'm walking, it reminds me of truly 6 years ago. It would have been around, what was it, October 20th or something like that. I ran the Baltimore Half Marathon, but it was 6 years ago. What did I do? 2 hours and 20 minutes. So it wasn't a blistering pace, but at the same time, I never stopped, and I felt really good about doing it. And while I walk in the mornings, I do often. I've jogged a little bit with Rye, and I think I would do much better if I was not with her. I could concentrate on what I'm doing a little bit more if I really wanted to try to run again. But honestly and sincerely, I just got to drop some weight before I really do that. My legs feel good. My shins maybe don't, but joint wise, I'm still feeling pretty good for an old fat guy. But so that said, when we were in that mode, it was down here, wasn't it? Yeah, we were in Bel Air, Maryland, the Harford County area, the Arena Club. That was a really nice gym. We were members of. And did we go daily? I think I pretty much did. Huh?
Yeah, or we ran daily. But...
Yeah, we were very active then. We need to be that again, maybe. No, not maybe we do, but we'll put that on the list of things to do and see how that works out for us. But anyway, where I'm trying to go with this, the oldies. What did you call the machine?
I said it was the fish training hand bike.
Yeah, I guess it really was it was a bicycle for hands, and they would just sit there and go at it. And Karen would get on that thing, and she always joked about, and she was serious about doing it, but she would joke about that she was fish training for getting ready to reel in fish. So you broke out in sweat when you used that thing, didn't you?
Gosh, yeah, you can really crank up the tension in it.
Yeah. So bluefin, I back to that. I just can't believe that you're not going to be able to, that you can't, I don't know if it's going to be a pen, but a big 130. The other thing with me last year, I never broke it down into. I'm sure that was a 2-speed, and I never had to really break it down into low gear. But you watch any videos or any TV. Pretty much you wear a glove and you're actually pulling on the line. So that does you kind of pull on the line as you crank it. So, but all right, I've rambled enough. I don't know what time it is exactly, just because I kind of got all the lights turned off in the truck, so it's just easier on my eyes. We got to stop up here. What time is it? 2:23 a.m. Monday morning, October 7th. Yeah, I think it's the 7th. I'm going to stop here at the farm store, Rofo, and get my diesel fuel, and then we will stop at Wawa. So. Again, 16 hours. It's going to be more than 16 hours. It's going to be 17 hours plus when we cross into New Brunswick. We actually go into the Atlantic Time Zone. So as far as our clocks go, we actually lose an hour. So this is the craziest rural farm store. It's on a major high. It's on Route 113. But to get in, I guess I could go all the way up and turn around. But I turn on this. I don't even know what this road is. But I turn on this road. Then we turn into a Ford dealership. Turn into the Ford dealership to get to the farm store. The farm store, it is, when guys hunt with me, I say, hey, let's meet at the farm store. And they think literally it is like Tractor Supply. Like it is a farming store. But it's just it's a convenience store. Back in the day, they trained me well because Wawa did not have diesel fuel and the farm store did, so quite often I would seek out the rural farm stores. But they're everywhere. Pretty much where a farm store is a Wawa, and where a Wawa is a farm store. So that's an odd-looking truck. What are they doing there? It's weird. I don't know. We're going to get some diesel fuel, and then we're going to go to Wawa. Oh, somebody doesn't. Is that Duke or Rye? Rye, she doesn't like the truck. All right. I guess it's 225 or so, is it? Oh, wow, the water's shooting out of that thing. It's kind of odd. Car wash, and there's no vehicle in it. All right, diesel fuel, Wawa, and we will be back thinking of you. We are. Right, love?
Yes.
Boom. All right, so we're 5 hours into the journey, and I'm feeling much better. With Karen's help, navigated Route 95 and the GW Bridge. That is a hateful. What do you think, love?
Agreed. It's not like back home in Kansas.
No, it is a hateful stretch of road. Like from the Newark airport up. But anyway, last year doing this, we did find it going up. Karen was yelling at me to get over, and I couldn't get over quick enough on the bridge to get down onto the Hudson Parkway. But anyway, I've always went when I headed north. Rhode Island, Massachusetts, New Brunswick, PEI, way back in the day. Always.
I was yelling at you.
What?
I was yelling at you?
Yeah, you were yelling at me. It's a 4-lane bridge and there's bumper to bumper traffic. You did yell at me, love. You're like, you got to get to the right. You got to get to the right. We don't want to go on 95 the whole way. That's what you were saying.
Yeah, but I also said people aren't going to let you get over. You just have to go over and hope they move.
I just have to take what's mine.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, anyway, today we knew that's what we were going to do. So it's like a toll. How many toll booths were there? 20? Probably 20 wide for 4 lanes going across the bridge. But we're actually in Connecticut. Nice little stretch. The leaves. What do you think, love?
Just on the verge of changing.
Say it again, I'm sorry.
Just on the verge of changing, I think.
Yeah, just on the verge. People still have their headlights on. Overcast. So it's not super, super bright out yet, but bright enough to see what we want to see. So, the Wawa coffee. I love Wawa coffee. But I think the combination of Wawa coffee, Diet Mountain Dew, and then, lack of sleep too. But I think it was the pepperoni pizza combos. I said that combination. What?
And we haven't had breakfast yet. So.
A little bit of water and a couple pieces. Hey, licorice. They're the cheapest licorice out there, but we love the red vines. So I had a little bit of red vines too. Okay, love that. That car had no wheels on it all the way around. We're on the Hudson Parkway. It's actually a pretty little parkway. This time last year, we still hadn't picked Rye's name out yet. Had we?
No, it was a dilemma. Couldn't figure it out.
And we really thought hard. I even went old school and called Richard Barnes up. He's a dog trained with Coot way back in the day with Richard, and we actually got the Diamond Dog from Richard, Darlington, Maryland. He's still in Harford County there somewhere. Not on the farm though anymore, I don't think. But yeah, we're still going through all the names. So how did we come up with that, love? I think I did, and I was like, there's got to be. Go here. Wait. Go ahead.
We were trying to think something that meant something to us, and then
shall we say alcohol related?
No, and then because we were working on like boat or water, ocean kind of names, nautical names, right? And then we were like, well, we really like whiskey, and then we were going all the whiskey sort of, names, and then you said rye.
Yeah, because I went through all the crowns because we were sitting there, went all through bourbons, and then I was like, okay, let's think of all the crowns that they've had, just went on down the list, and there is, as a matter of fact, I still got the little, the minis. Here I was going to segue into something else. So on PEI, what Jeff with a G could tell us instantly, but so all the alcohol shops, beer, wine, liquor, like what was it? Are there letters? What was those stores? You know what I remember? You know what I mean? No. Yes. No. Remember, like every place we went, it was like a government-run store. Even the gas station, like in the back end of it, it was like its own store, and I can't remember what they call them. Remember, as soon as you come up, the one across the bridge was huge. Remember? Yeah. But they were doing specials. I can't remember. I can't remember. They would have little 1 servings hanging off the 750s of Crown. But anyway, going through it, I was like, man, there's one named Rye, and I was like, that would be. I got really excited about it. We were like, something that was kind of on the radar was Mako, right? Mako, mahi, like fish and salt. Yeah, Karen really likes salt, but I didn't think that was a good one to go with. Too much of the S sound there. Sit, salt, salty, salt, sit, salts. Anyway, I actually, I'm not going to take credit for it, but when I said rye, I actually got a little bit excited about that name because everything else I really hadn't gotten excited about, huh?
No, not really. And it was one syllable. We wanted something easy to say, so it worked.
Yeah, so pit bosses, and we salty. Put that in there for Karen. Salty, black, rye. So, actually, I thought I was actually really got excited about it, and it was somewhere along in here. but we still had a good 5 hours before we got to pick her up, and we still had time to think about it. But that is the story about the gun dog puppy. We have been talking too about, I think we're going to do our best to get there today still. So tomorrow I think will be a sleep-in morning for us. What do you think, Lou?
Oh my gosh, yes. Definitely.
Yeah, so crank up a little bit of a fire and relax, kind of get ourselves situated, decompress from this awesome drive, and maybe try to do Jeff with the G had said trying to do maybe a duck hunt in the afternoon, and then hit it hard. He's got a potato field lined up for Wednesday. So if you don't know this, and this is, I guess when the first year I came up, we had just come back from, the year before, just come back from St. Paul Island, out in the middle of Bering Sea, just a big rock, and I don't know why, but I'm going to PEI, Prince Edward Island, and I was thinking it wasn't really a big island, and I came across the Confederation Bridge, which is the largest bridge in the world over ice-covered water, although it's not icy now. So I got on the island. It was dark, and drove, and I was like, I just got towards Charlottetown, and all of a sudden there was like a Motel 6, and then there was a Honda dealership, and I guess I insulted Jeff actually, because I was like, wow, Jeff, like you actually have stuff on the island. He's like, yeah, Jeff, we have like 150,000 people that live here. So anyway, that was kind of my first impression getting to the island and seeing it. But where I'm going with this is that McCann's potatoes. Potato farming is in the red. Wouldn't call it clay, would you?
Oh, clay? No. No, I don't think so.
Dirt is very, very red. And evidently potato really like it, so they grow a lot of potatoes. And the story I'm told is that, Wendy's is really particular about their French fry, and they buy a lot of French fries the potatoes they buy from McCann, and the majority supposedly of Wendy's French fries are grown on PEI. So little Bo just stole my earphone, but hope this audio is good. We've done this in the past. We went going to Australia, Karen. We did this quite a bit, and Karen doesn't talk quite as loud as I do, so sometimes her audio is not as good.
What?
I said sometimes you speak softly. The audio is not quite as good as mine. But anyway, we're just doing a little handheld. We don't have our mics. I am going to try to do, as I said in the last podcast, episode 3, that I'm going to sit down with Jeff at the chalet. Jeff is a big, Keith's? What is that? The beer he drinks, the red beer he drinks, Keith Adams, Adam Keith something. Yeah. Anyway, Karen says she can picture it, but Jeff, he likes the beer. We're not sure. Judy, I think she just likes pretty much anything, huh?
Yeah, she likes the Clamato. That's it.
So basically, tomato and vodka.
Yeah, it's like a Bloody Mary. Yeah, it's very good.
Okay. We did bring up some peach crown. Peach crowns are really hard to find, evidently. We happen to know a good supplier, so we're able to get some crown peach bringing up, and I'm curious to see what they have. Again, I can't remember what those stores, what the name on the alcohol stores are, but I'm curious to see what they have as far as crown goes. So yeah, I do have the mics, so try to do if this audio is not perfect, to get a little bit better audio. And again, I'm driving too, so hopefully it will suffice and pass for something easy to listen to. And we gotta get Paulie mic'd up. Now he'll probably be drinking drinking my Crown Black with me. So that should be a good one. So, all right, a little bit pushing 7:30, so 5.5 hours or so. And again, the good thing is we are north of a hateful GW bridge. And on the parkway here, it looks like everybody's headed into town. Not much going out. Where's this go? Hartford County? Hartford, is it, Karen?
Yes.
Yeah, so we're actually headed to Hartford and then cut on across. So, what's that? It is a lot of traffic, isn't it? A lot of traffic coming at us. Not too much going with us. So, all righty. How many hours to Bangor, love? Roughly. What's your guesstimation? You know what? The better thing is not to Bangor. How many hours to Bob's Clam Hut?
I have to put that in my Google Maps.
All right. You can use my phone if you want.
Add stops.
You can add stops. Well, you might want to add that stop because, I don't know, could you go for a clam or two? Clam bellies? No?
Probably,
Yeah, maybe we split one.
yeah.
That'd probably be best. All right. On to, unless we find something else interesting and sexy along the way, on to Bob's. You pulling it up?
Yeah.
She's pulling it up. Hey, sincerely, on Route 95, if you ever get the chance, it's exit 1 in Kittery. They got the Kittery Trading Post, which you would probably, most everybody listening to this would very much enjoy stopping in the Trading Post and checking it out. And right next to the Kittery Trading Post is Bob's Clam Hut. And the very first time I was there, I bet you it was 1997, I guess. And it was more of just like I won't say a takeout, but it's not what it is today. How about that? So you can actually sit down and truly enjoy yourself there today. Not that you couldn't back in 1997, but it was more open air, and now they have nice sit down. And it's just grown, I guess, like with most things that are successful, it's expanded and grown. So, still haven't pulled it up, love?
Yes. I have. What? To Bob's?
Yeah. What time? More of what time? She's trying to figure it out. To 95. What are we doing? Keep going? Nah, we're staying on 40 miles, it said. Yep. 21 miles, all right. So we're good for a while. I saw 95 north. 3 hours and 20 minutes. So, yeah, I mean, huh? 11 o'clock? I bet you they're open at 11. Well, anyway, unless we find something better or sexier along the way, we will see you at Bob's. Test. All right. Bellies are full. Mission accomplished. We pulled in right at about 11:30 or so. So, love, we did it.
What?
We made it to Bob's. Come on.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it was very good.
Karen is distracted now because she is actually piloting the F-350. And I'm like lean back here just a little bit and close my eyes, especially with all that goodness and this that's inside. Man, those are good. If you've never had clam bellies before, you need to do it. Karen's not big on clams. Oyster, yeah. Where she comes from, they call clam bait. But I talked her into it last year, and she really enjoyed them, so we had them back. But it's the complete entire clam, so not the clam strip, but the clam belly at Bob's Clam Hut, and we have them Lillian style, and they make their own. What's that sauce, love? Come on, tartar. There we go. Man, my mind sitting there looking at all the trees. I think it's got me distracted. And there's a couple moose signs. Karen really wants to see a moose, so hopefully. Do you want to see a moose?
Oh, yeah. Yep. That's what I'm looking for.
I hope so. And always that last little stretch too in
Right before the bridge.
yeah, right before the bridge, the Confederation Bridge. Man, it really does look moosey in there. There's not a whole lot of population there. Not a whole lot of traffic. So, man, I've always thought that would be the spot to see. But we definitely can see the difference. Like, I mean, look, check those trees out there, Karen, on the left. I mean, those are looking really nice. Massachusetts, you can see a little color change, And then we came up 495, then got into New Hampshire, and you could really see it. And I would say the officially has changed. I was truthfully, Karen, when we were in like Massachusetts and New Hampshire, they weren't that colorful. I was kind of worried maybe that we were too early for PEI, but this is looking pretty good. We're going to go to Bangor, and we're 95 right now. We go to Bangor and then cut across Route 9 to St. Catharines, I guess. Got to register. Guns are easy to get in Canada if you've never done it before. The most important thing, I think, is to make sure that you stop on this side and fill out your card, so that, especially if it's a new gun or a gun you haven't taken across before, you get your card filled out, and it just basically is the serial number and your information on it. So when you come back in from Canada, they've already got the guns, or the paperwork stamped, and you look official. It's rare. It's rare. I think maybe in all my trips to Canada, I think it was one time that I actually had somebody want a U.S. Border Patrol, or what would they be called? Border Patrol, bordermen, border women, customs. There you go. Probably is customs agent. Actually want to check the serial number on a gun, but and then they go over. I think it's $25 still. But anyway, I got the new Rete 3.5-inch PITBOSS XX edition, season 20 seasons. I'm gonna break her in, and I'm gonna shoot that, and Karen's shooting a 3-inch Rete, the walnut, Cerakoted walnut with a blued barrel. Excuse me. She's gonna be shooting that, so we need to stop and do that, and then I think really probably from Bangor on, I'm gonna be driving. So the Jeff with a G texted me while we were at Bob's, and the key, the cottage will be open, and the key is in there for us. So whenever we get there this evening, but I mean, unless something really, again, like, I don't know about you, Karen, unless I really crash and burn here, I'm gonna feel good. I'm gonna close my eyes here for about 2 hours, and I will be ready to drive. But again, Bob's Clam Hut, we sat there talking, and Jeff with a G text him the pictures, actually Jeff and Judy, and he says he needs to stop. Whenever I've come up 95 to Maine, I've always planned one way or the other. Sometimes, maybe even twice, I've hit it coming in and going out. But I counted up 7 times. I think it was my 7th time. And the last 2 times were with you, love.
It's good, too. It's so clean, and I don't know, it's just a really nice little stop.
Yeah, very breezy there today. Temperature's about 74, 75, and we actually sat outside. It was nice. We got right in there right before the, if you want to say, the lunch rush, because when we were leaving, it actually was pretty busy. But I'm going to close my eyes and I guess drive from Bangor on. Should be, what did we say, from Bangor about 6 hours?
Yeah.
Yeah, we got about a 2, from Bob's to Bangor's about 2.5, and then just a little over 6 hours, 6 and a couple minutes to get from Bangor to the cottages, Shaw's cottages. So I am closing my eyes. Don't know what was wrong there, but Karen did an awesome job in getting it straightened out for me while I am driving on a rainy Route 9. Just to repeat myself, headed over from Bangor to St. Stephen. I would do a crossover there. Again, I'm bringing the new Rete, the PITBOSS XX season 20 seasons gun, and so I'm gonna have to stop and get that registered on this side as well as on the other side. But Karen, you were saying this journey of 14 and a half hours seems like what?
It's like flying to Australia.
Yeah, very much so. Except we got the dogs with us, and when we go to Australia, we don't take the dogs, right?
Yeah, that's the bonus.
And the other thing is, we're not drinking. That's what we do.
Not yet.
Well, not yet. You're right. But here's a little tidbit for everyone. International flights, at least on Qantas, alcohol is free. Well, Karen is bringing it up. She told me to be careful what I'm saying, because the last time, both flights, Qantas did give me an issue about what I was doing. They were Wait a minute, what?
Well, you weren't, acting out or, inebriated or anything. You were just watching some movies and wanted a drink and they cut you off.
Yeah, I'm on a 17-hour flight. The one flight from Dallas-Fort Worth to Sydney is 17 hours. And when I wanted my third Jameson, it is limited what they have, but I wanted my third Jameson, and dude said, "Hey, mate, you're slamming these things." I said, "No, I'm not, man. I got 17 hours to go. I'd really like to go to sleep." He says, "You slamming them." He says, "You got to slow down." I said, "No, man." I said, "Do you see how big I am?" I said, "I don't really think, three one-shot Jamesons are really affecting me." But anyway, we will be drinking a little bit later on tonight. But we have not drank, love, as we've been driving. So that is the difference of flying. But what's that? What's your phone say there? Our service is very spotty up on Route 9 here, cutting across.
300 miles until we get to...
300 miles?
Yeah, to the cabin.
300 miles to Shaw. So what time? So I'm just full of these. I keep saying these little factual things today, but we're in the Eastern Time Zone, which I know all my East Coast friends know that. But as soon as we cross into New Brunswick, we go to Atlantic time, so we're going to lose an hour. So I guess we'll approximately be there about 9:45 Eastern time, which will be about 10:45. Well, it will be an hour later. So 10:40ish, whatever, in the Atlantic time zone. So. What's that?
I was just acknowledging your grunting sigh.
Yeah. Well, we need to get some paperwork taken care of, and then the one nice thing. What is it? Route 1 we'll be on. Anyway, it's all brand. Yes, Karen says yes. Okay, love. On top of this hill, this is where I turned down to go see Rod Merritt. So this is where went all the way up here and then turned to go down. Turned down. Karen was not with me. I flew to Bangor, meet up with eiterpro.com, Rod Merritt. And here, let's just see what it says. It does say that. Right. What's that sign say there, love? Yep. 20 miles down. Anyway, the world's largest duck boat. So I checked that out in April. I was up here. What you need? What's that? That's what I thought I knocked off, remember? Karen's looking for stuff on the dash.
Yep.
That's what I thought. I thought I heard something hit the ground there. So, anyway, Route 1, once we get to New Brunswick, it's actually a really nice highway. My very first time up to PEI was back December 2011. And then, was it the 12th? Actually, PEI was 2011, but the season before that, it would have been in February. We came up and we took advantage of the special sea duck season. They have an eider, actually a sea duck season in February, 25 days, and really where we were at, it's just eider. And I got to tell you, man, all the birds, anything that's a drake is a prime bird. And Jeff with the G, he came over and gunned with us that first year. So I've made this little trek over quite a few times. So back in like 2009 or 10, the Route 1 was not complete. So you were on a little, like it bypasses all the little towns as you go. So it wasn't done. You'd be on it for a little bit, and then you'd be on the little small town roads. So now it's all complete, and you boogie. Now, love, we stopped at Wawa this morning, but where are we going to stop once we get into either New Brunswick? Probably more to PEI, but it's all the same difference, excuse me. When we get into Canada, where are we stopping?
Tim Hortons.
That's where we're getting our coffee. We like the Tim Hortons coffee, too. So we need to pick up some coffee, because we did not bring any.
I look for it at the little gas station, but they don't stock Canadian goods there, apparently.
Well, that, and it was a Dunkin' Donuts store, love. Yeah. All right. 14 hours and 45 minutes into the journey. We got a little bit more to go. I don't know. I'd say we're about 30 miles from the border. Karen agrees, with a yawn and a
20 miles.
20 miles, she says. 20 miles. All right, that makes me happy. Temperatures dropped a good bit. What, it's 57? Trees are beautiful. It's raining. Get this rain out of here, and it looks like the rest of our week is going to be very nice weather. So, more to follow. Let's see. We'll check in when we go across the bridge. It's going to be dark. I have a good. It will be dark. I don't have a good feeling. I have factually know that it will be dark. So, we will check in once more. Ooh, we just got good service again. That's full bars, love. Look, check that out. Yeah. All right, think of you. We are. Can you hear that rain? I thought it was kind of cool sound. All right, so welcome to Canada. We made it through. We're in New Brunswick, and 2 ways to go. We could actually go through a little piece of Nova Scotia. I think we're going to go just a little bit to the north, so we'll stay in New Brunswick the whole time before we cross over to PEI. Love, welcome to PEI.
Yay. Oh, hey. I didn't know you had it in my face.
Well, actually, I said welcome to PEI, more welcome to Canada. Misspoke there. But, so easy, again, had the new PITBOSS XX Rete, season 20 seasons. On the U.S. side, simple and easy, filled out the card. Did have trouble finding the serial number on the gun, but anyway, it went smoothly. And then went to the Canada side, and I think, how about that? Who can tell me what that is? That's the official. It is old school, I love. Good ear. The official PITBOSS ringtone, which is available on iTunes. It is. Anyway, I think what we experienced, love, is we were shown, we're reminded who's in charge. So that took much longer than I think. First off, there's not a soul in the place. There's 5 of them, and what did we sit there? 45 minutes, at least a half an hour, right? At least a half an hour.
Oh, at least, yeah.
Yeah. So I think we got shown and reminded who was in charge, and then after that, then they're all smiling and nice and that kind of thing. Really heavy on us about the cannabis, weren't they?
Yeah, she asked a few times.
Yeah. I truly don't know how many bottles of whiskey and bourbon we have. Oh, Karen's giving me the weird face. I don't know. But as we were sitting there talking, I said I had 3. Remember, I said I had 3. And then I corrected myself in 4, and then she says, she didn't. She said, oh, well, now it's 4? Yeah, I forgot. We have 4. Allegedly. Karen, don't hit me. I'm driving. Come on. Anyway, I did tell him they were really, and he said he was looking for an email as part of his slowness, but really wanted to know if Jeff with a G, Jeff Wood, was a guide. He asked me the girl out at the booth asked me about were we with a guide, going with a guide, and then inside he was really kind of fixated about were we with a guide, and I kept saying no. Actually, Jeff works for Canadian government, and I told him what department, and answered him honestly, and he asked me a couple more times about it. So at the very end, once he's smiling and we've paid our $50, which I think I could have put both those guns on my ticket and got it for $25. But U.S. Canada U.S. exchange is good, so it's not a $50. What would it be? About probably $40-ish, $40. Anyway, exchange rate's good for us, not for them. And so I did tell him. I said, "Hey, man, I don't want to lay it on too thick with him, but I said, are you up for a good story? A quick little story." He said, "Sure." So I said, "You were really fixated. Was I going with a guide?" I said, "Uh-oh." This is a pretty cool ringtone. Sorry about that. We do have good service in Canada. ATT does. iPhones are working well. But so back to the story. I said, you're really on me about guiding, and I was I going with a guide? And again, Jeff does not guide. I said, but in Maryland, I do. And I said, Jeff and his friend Berkey came down. They wanted to shoot a brant. I was not guiding them was not for hire. I did take them to a state island and put them on there. My boat's fairly recognizable, as well as my truck at the ramp. And it was 2 young Maryland DNR officers that I never had seen prior to that, and I have not seen them since. It was a couple years ago. And they were just so fixated that I was guiding. And, one went with me towards the truck and trailer. The other stayed with Jeff and Berkey. And Jeff said that that all the guy that was questioning Jeff with a G, all he wanted him to do was for him to say that I was guiding. And, I answered my guy 4 times. He kept asking me, and I was like, can I go put the boat on the trailer? Yeah, okay. So we go do that. Now we're all standing on the pier with the boat. And again, they were so fixated about the guiding. They're like, well, I guess since we're here, we might as well check you. And maybe they did not have all the stamps that they needed. And so I started to sweat a little bit when they said that. He went and looked through everything. And again, they were so fixated about the guiding, and they just kind of said, yeah, okay, you're good, and let us go. Or they left. We stayed there doing our thing. But anyhow, I did tell him that story. He laughed, chuckled, and he did say there was something new that just changed, and evidently PEI's not changed it, but it depends on. I didn't really follow him that well. The times we've guided, or the times that we've hunted in New Brunswick here, you cannot. You have to be from New Brunswick to hunt in New Brunswick, or you have to be with a guide. And there's 2 types of guides. There's a guide. I'm probably going to get this wrong because I thought it was a guide that can shoot with you and a guide that cannot shoot with you. And but he told me there's a guide for hire, or guide for profit, and a guide not for profit. The guide not for profit would be the type that, let's say Jeff was the guide that I came and I would be legal hunting with him. He doesn't. Again, he's not from New Brunswick, but if he was in New Brunswick, that he would be legal to take us. And again, even not for hire. So anyway, love, what time is it, please?
Just switched over. We're at 7, just after 7 p.m.
Okay, so that's 6 p.m. our time, right? So what is that? That's 16 hours? 15 hours. 2. No, that's 6. That's 12, 13, 14, 15. That's 16 hours. Yep. So all right, we're 16 hours into the journey. We got probably another good 3.5. Yep. So I don't know. I still feel pretty good. You?
Awesome.
She says she feels awesome. Oh my. Anyway, more to come, more to follow. Shawls, we are on our way. All right, I can officially say welcome to PEI. Love.
Yeehaw. Long day. Journey? Oh my gosh. That's the longest I've ever driven. Well, I didn't drive, but was in it.
You did drive some. I guess we're in our. What time did you tell me again? I already forgot. It's 11:31. We left Berlin, Ocean City, Maryland. I think the official time out the driveway was 1:51 a.m. early this morning, Eastern Time Zone. And what is it again? 11:51.
Yeah.
11:51 Atlantic Time Zone. So really 10:51. So let's call it 11 o'clock.
2 miles, take the exit towards Summerside.
And what's my math, love? Is that 21 hours? 21 hours. So we did probably burn up a good hour at Bob's Clam Hut. Let the dogs, Karen and I ate well, and we did take the time, let all the dogs out and get them situated for the longer ride. And we did, as I stated earlier, we were reminded who was in charge, and a little bit of good 45 minutes there at the border trying to get in on the Canadian side of New Brunswick. But anyway, we are on PEI, Prince Edward Island. The rain the last 4 hours surely did not help at all. We did stop at Tim Hortons, got ourselves some goodness of Tim Hortons, which actually helped me a little bit. And Karen enjoyed a Wendy's chocolate frosty. she wanted to give me some. I said I did take a spoon or two, but wanted her to enjoy it. So we still got about 45 minutes to go, but we got to cross the Confederation Bridge. Kind of an eerie feeling, actually. Couldn't see. It's dark, so you can't see anything, obviously, but kind of a foggy drizzle. And there's a hump in the middle of it that you can see in the distance when you're coming up to it. And I mean, could you see it, Karen?
What was that, sir?
The hump.
Take the exit towards
On the boat?
No.
On the bridge?
Yeah, on the bridge. When I mean, you can see it.
Couldn't really tell.
It was odd. You couldn't really see it, and I thought we were, kind of descending, and Karen thinks we were going back up on a second hump. But anyway, you get on the bridge, and it jumps right up to basically what should be Summerside. Okay, we're taking this exit. It jumps right up to. It jumps right up to what basically whatever the distance off the surface of the water is going to be, which I don't know. If I had to guess, I'd say maybe a good 200 feet, 300 feet, somewhere in there. And then, but for ships to go under out in the wherever the channel is, and it's really more, I'd say, closer to the island side than the New Brunswick side. But there's another pretty good hump that goes up, so ships can pass underneath of it. And but anyway, couldn't really see that with all the fog and the mist, and it was kind of a weird feeling. But anyway, this was a little bit of a project that last year, I probably already explained this once, but last year coming up with picking up rye, Bangor was a good 10 hours up, and we spent the night, and then from Bangor about 6 hours, 6.5 hours to get over. And about the past week or so, we keep looking on maps, and sometimes just depends on traffic. 16 and a half, 17 hours, and with knowing we had the dogs and that we were going to need to stop here and there, plus Bob's Clam Hut, we still kind of thought we could do it. So anyway, we did. Although we're not officially there, love. I'm calling it. I'm calling it done. How about you?
Yes, please. Call it done.
A hot shower, nice drink, and we're done. And Karen said she might sleep until noon tomorrow. I think that's a little bit much. No, the dogs will not let you do that. I don't think you need 12 hours of sleep, but excuse me. Whew. I think on that yawn, I'm going to end it. Hey, one thing we really got to be careful of here on the island is not to run into any deer, right, love?
Yeah, because there are none.
Yeah, that's the one funny thing. Supposedly there's no deer on this island at all. So that'll be when I sit down with Jeff and/or Paulie, that'll be a topic of discussion. We'll talk about the deer and the deer hunting here on the island, because they tell me it's zero. But anywho, thanks to Monday Night Football too. That got me through the end, Karen. Not that you didn't help me, but that kind of helped keep my mind in the game. All right, 1, 2, 3. I'm ending this. We do appreciate you listening along, following along, listening along to what we're doing. And, honestly and sincerely, we just like to have fun. So we don't take ourselves too seriously, do we, love?
No, not at all.
Yeah, no, definitely not. At least not at this stage of life, correct? Yeah. We are. I mean, I am serious about the things that I do, but in general terms. What's that book's name? Love, Eat, Drink, and Be Merry?
Yes.
Yeah, that kind of at this point in our lives, I think that describes us best. Eat, drink, and be merry. On that note, thank you very much once again. Thinking of you, we are. Wait a minute, she's gonna give me turn right hard. Okay. Kind of messed my Okay, 225 East. That's us. All right, that did kind of ruin my clothes, but let me do it again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Thinking of you, we are from PEI, Prince Edward Island. Some more podcasting to come on this trip, along with hopefully some good video and maybe a big bluefin tuna. We are out.